In this video, I'm going to review off-leash heeling, at least how I do off-leash heeling. Now, if you have done your homework and you've built Desire and you've done all the dig work and all the one-way focus work and you've done a whole lot of sequencing, basically doing a lot of rewarding and a lot of playing, your dog will stay in heel position without a leash. But I do like to have some different things that I use while I'm doing off-leash heeling. Now, the first thing is I have consequences that I use on my dog if he gets out of heel position. Normally, that is going to be me taking him by the collar, just marking the behavior. Nope, that's not where I want you. Taking him by the collar and his muzzle and putting him back in heel position and just standing there for a second and praising him with my hand on his collar and his muzzle, letting him know that that's where I want him to be. Now, if you're going to use a consequence like that, and I really like it, basically you need to make sure that you teach it before you go in and you start using it in training. So when I say teach it, you need to have the dog next to you. You need to put your hand in the collar and on his muzzle and make sure that you're praising him and letting him know that your action and what you're doing is not aggressive toward him, if you'll look at it like that. I don't want him to take offense that I'm doing it. I want him to understand that this is something that I can do and that he needs to just suck it up and let me do it. Now, the other thing is the light line. And the light line is often used incorrectly with people. A light line is to be used in addition to a leash. So basically, you're going to have both a leash and a light line on. You're going to do a little bit of training, make any kind of consequences you need to with a regular leash on. And at this point, you shouldn't be making many. You shouldn't be needing to, all right? If you're making a bunch of corrections with the leash right now, then he's not ready to go off. He's not ready to go off leash yet. So you'll have both leash and light line on. You'll do a little bit of training. You're going to take the leash off without him knowing that that light line is still on. So basically, it needs to always remain loose unless, okay, that's unless you're making a consequence and or you stop and play and reward and it accidentally tightens. Anytime that light line tightens, your regular leash must go back on. You need to do some training with your leash on before you take it off, before you take the leash off again. And that is really, really important. And a lot of times I see people just using a light line and no leash. Well, the dog knows it's there. If the dog knows it's there, it's not a light line, y'all, it's a leash. So leashes are something that the dog understands is there. Light lines are something, I hate to use the word trick because it's not really a trick, but it's something that they don't know is there, and so it comes as a surprise. And since they don't know if it's there or not, eventually what they do is they just say, okay, I need to stay here regardless if the leash is on or not. So that works. All right, let me get a dog out and we'll see if we can't do it. It's really windy today, so I'm not sure how much of my audio is going to show up. All right, so here we go. All right, so first I want to teach him what a correction can be. All right, I'm going to take his collar in my left hand, bring him over to heel position. I'm going to have his muzzle. So if, say, he's not in position, I can take him, I can mark it no, and I can go like this. Good boy. Okay. So since he's using it, since he's learning this now, I'm going to make sure that I reward him because it's really important that he understands that I'm not mad when I do that. But he's wrong, and I'm trying to show him how to be correct. And I always play. Remember, I do a lot more play than I do training. Out. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. So I'm putting him in a sit and I'm stepping away so I can demonstrate this. So say he's too wide. I'll say no. I calmly get his muzzle and his collar and I'll say, I want you over here, buddy. Right here. Good boy. This is it. I want you right here. Good boy. Yes, yes, good boy. All right. So up a little bit so you can see this. Sit. All right. So this is a string. That's my light line. There it is right there. So there's my light line. All right. And here's my leash. Now remember, I've never used this on him before. So this is brand new to him. It's not brand new to me. I've done this before. Good job. Now, I'm going to do just a couple straight lines. Out. Yeah. Oh, quit being so bad. I'm going to do a couple straight lines, just going toward the camera. Nice. Good boy. Yay. So, say I've done a couple of those, and I'm going to try off leash. Out. Out. Now remember, if the light line ever becomes tight once I've taken the leash off, I must put my leash back on and repeat whatever skill. Close. Good boy. That's good boy. Close. Good boy. So right there, all right, because I have to reach down and get this light line because I let go of it. Come here. Out. Because I have to reach down and get it, to me, sorry, I have to put the leash back on, okay? So the leash goes back on. And I'll do another one straight forward. It kind of gets him to forget that there's a light line there. Close. Good boy. Good boy. So basically, I'm going to be training straight lines for a while, just to make sure that I have my footwork down, I have my handling down, as far as when I'm going to put the leash on, take the leash off, etc. Out. Oh, you're bad. Quit. Quit. Close. Good boy. So I can take the leash off. I have to make sure that I'm careful about it, because I want to make sure that that light line stays loose. Close, close, close. So he would sit. When he shook, I made sure that that light line stayed loose. Good boy. Close. Good boy. Light line tightens up. Leash goes back on. Come here. All right. Put him up. Hang on. Out. Okay, so there is your off-leash work. I do recommend, number one, that you have desire built on leash. All right, it's really, really important. If I'm going around and I'm doing healing on leash and I have to make a bunch of corrections, or I allow my dog to make a bunch of inaccurate skills, as far as, if I do a right turn, if he's wide, if I do a left turn and he's lagging or whatever, if I allow that to happen in training, then basically I'm graying my skill criteria. So it's really important, before you even try to think about off-leash healing, your on-leash healing is perfect, and you never have to use the leash for a correction or a consequence, okay? When you do start off-leash healing, make sure that you have a consequence that you can use already trained. So that basically, if I'm out healing and I decide, okay, my dog's been really rocking on leash healing, I haven't had to use a leash for a consequence at all, he's not wrong, I don't have to give extra commands, I don't have to lure, I don't have to do any of that kind of stuff, then basically I'm going to say, okay, well, I think I'm just going to try a straight line off leash healing and see how he does. Now, I have to have a consequence in mind before I ever do that. I have to have it trained so my dog understands what I'm doing. Too many times I see people that their dogs are not ready for off-leash healing. They take the dog off leash. What happens? The dog starts going wide. The dog lags. It does all kinds of things that are not up to what criteria should be. And what happens is the person brings out a lure. No, bad trainer. Does extra hand pats, slows down, gives extra cues. No, bad trainer. Once a dog knows something, remember, they only get one cue. They only get one one command, and they must do the response correctly every single time. All right, so that's how you get the perfect heeling, is you make sure that you hold the dog accountable, and this is where we start making sure that they're accountable. If you start getting a lot of mistakes, a lot of errors, if you start finding that you're having to help the dog, and when I say help the dog, here again, you're patting your leg, you're giving them extra commands, you're clapping your hands, you know, you're pulling out extra treats, you're slowing down, which is no, bad trainer, then you're actually teaching your dog that the heeling is your responsibility and not your dog's responsibility. All right, so giving them the responsibility of staying in position, staying animated is very, very important. And a lot of that does come with building desire and all your independent skills. All right, so make sure you like and subscribe all these videos, and stay tuned for the training tip that's coming up here in a minute. Thank you. Training tip for the day: always have a plan. So basically, when you're getting ready to go train, before you ever actually go train, before you get your dog out, have a plan for what you're going to do. Are you going to do heeling? Are you going to work on rally? Are you going to do start line stays? Have a sort of list in your mind of what you're going to do. When you get to your training area, wherever that is, even if it's in your house, leave your dog in the kennel while you're getting everything out and ready. Make sure that they're in the kennel. All right, and it's really important, even if I'm out training and I thought, oh, I forgot my dumbbell, or I need to go get some more cookies, I am going to engage with my dog all the way back to the cookies, or I'm going to put my dog on a stay, keeping an eye on my dog as I go get the cookies, and then release my dog off the stay, and then we're going to engage and keep playing and training. It's really important to create that focus engagement habit. All right, I use the word habit a lot. I want my dogs to have the habit of staying with me. I want my dogs to have the habit of focusing on me. I want my dogs to have the habit of always engaging when I ask them to. That's going to get you more focus, more animation, more desire in everything that you do as you go along training. So have a plan. Get all your equipment ready, get all your cookies in your pocket or your toys underneath your arm or whatever, then let your dog out. If you need to go get anything, equipment, treats, whatever, put your dog on a stay, or take the dog with you and engage with the dog the entire time. All right? Y'all have a wonderful day. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you later.